This is one thing they can do off the rip. There's a fast mid wall you can make to get right under. There's a new type of box up all the way towards orange. That gives mid a little bit more of a palpable pushing potential. That being said, the Noya comes right in, fast peaks, and it's done.
And Noya doesn't even use her dash there, so she can re-aggress, continue to fight in this one. And look, on the defensive side, you see the power of the Omen. This gives so much space for Starybun to play with.
Doesn't matter, still chomp. Bungie's too fast on the backside of yellow. Past that, Noya still trying as much as possible to find a few shots through these smokes. See some elbows, some phalanges, some fingers here and there through the mist, but not going to be able to connect with any of them for now. Bungie receiving that heal as well. Look at R-Star on the flank, though, finding so much value from this one. Isolated fight, but has to crouch down. EMEA has a little bit of advantage over there. Still buys Noya some time to work all the way around. This is a fight that's spinning across the globe of Icebox right now. Finally, that dash is in. Halved is the spike. EMEA finds it. They're fighting like what seems two different teams at once. 10 players worth of pressure and damage, and it's too much to handle for CLG. XSET there with a beautiful timed retake.
What a round from Noya individually. The fight down mid, denied completely, then immediately re-rotate. They save the jet dash, so Noya can continue to fight, can continue to frag, and the whole time they were set up with this retake wall, and they never had to commit it early because they have that Omen as a second option as well.
That retake, they just look so much more poised when it came to just going right back on the B. Every single move they made, every shot just seemed like it was well thought out beforehand, practical, like a run strat. Nothing really that dynamic. Look at Ellie from this side as well. This might be a little bit crazy, not as poised. When you have Rendezvous, you can do whatever the heck you want and get out.
And look at this push over towards the other side of the map. A is being crunched on towards, so CLG spotted, but OnStar, she's alone, isolated, and flanked on out. The Headhunter claims a frag, so now an advantage swings the way of CLG. They already have this plant on down, but holding in the post is going to be challenging, especially with a flank from Noya coming through.
Spectres all around as well, so Noya's gonna have a very tough fight to make right here. All she wants to do is make sure doesn't take too much damage coming in. Starry on the other side, the paranoia actually shows exactly that there's gonna be two people rolling in. Misha needs to win this fight, not gonna be possible with the classic though. Now Yellow's finally getting clamped on the backside out towards this cloud burst. It's not gonna be possible for CLG to do anything. It's just too much pressure, too many bullets, too much damage from the side of XSET.
You just gotta pair the Noya with the paranoia, and you can set yourself up for some pretty good rounds in that one. Flash on forward from the Omen. Noya creates the space off that updraft, and CLG completely not locked on out. And they combo it with the Molly and the shock. This could be lethal. They read it, and they shut it down. That is so good from CLG.
Gonna be a lot of util spent for that one, but it's huge on the bonuses to make sure damage you have and abilities does the talking. You don't even need to see half these players. What a beautiful prediction from the side of CLG. Now XSET going to be in a little bit of trouble. They're waiting for the desperation. CLG perfectly read on all sides. Shocks now landing for maximum value. Another upwards of 70 to 90 damage from the side of Han. And they make it a Prime Gaming flawless as well. What a round, what a raid.
Play and shut it down immediately. Great util combo. That's tough to coordinate too, because the Molly, it has to be an order of operations. Slow Molly shot.
You know, trap in a force as well. Noya has to be a little bit through taking that orb as well. Has to be baited to just sticking the whole thing and not just immediately dashing out. So absolutely perfectly called by you and perfectly timed by CLG as well. Now the question is, yeah, didn't get the orb, but the death will give me my Blade Storm. Now I'm angry. I don't like losing to no guns and just utility, I think is what Noya is thinking. Now looking for any heads with those knives. Ellie already finding Rise, and this time does not go down.
They have to expedite on B now off of that. But look, there's players here to delay. Sealay up top, takes down Bungie. Now what do you have to get on towards that site? Absolutely nothing. Again, it's the controller utility on the mid-round working to zone. They knew that CLG would go around because of the poison orb, and out in mid, Ellie knew there'd be another player peeking her. Another punish. Resurrection attempted, but Noya's here, and she'll shut down. Trades that 1-for-1. Advantage stays with XSET.
I was about to mention one of the advantages of having that Sage, having EMEA on this agent. Even if Rise goes down, you're able to just be able to get on that site, at least have a little bit of a wall to block anything for post plant. Could also go for the res, but that was just so risky. 30 seconds. Didn't want to call towards it. They trade lives a little bit. 2v4, and Starry's in the perfect position. It feels like she's gonna get cleared out, but the focus for Han, the focus for Rise is that site. Sees both, played perfectly. Starry has the timing. That'll be more of a push towards the side of B, double up drafts. It's going to be called
so
by the side of
man.
Noya. You thought CLG has reads? So does XSET in the form of Noya. This time it's not even a hero play. It's just calculated. Doesn't even need to dash, but does just in case there's a shot to follow up fast. They have so much control of this B main side.
Okay, so this is a cool thing that you could not do before. This is with the ice box changes. You can now get on top of that box in front of green without having to use an updraft. So that whole play only requires one updraft, and what's really awesome about it is you don't have to make noise. She updrafts before the round starts, so there is no way for Bungie to hear her in that position. There is no way for Bungie to expect her in that position.
Off of a cloudburst as well, I think Bungie expected some sort of tomfoolery up top on that crate, but even off that call, it's impossible. Now, what did they lose? They lose any type of explosive aggressiveness. They lose any type of advantageous take on the A side, on the side they're kind of pushing to. What they have is Claudia in an aggressive spot all the way up front with a little bit of knowledge, but I don't think she sees the two players backside.
XSET says sharing is caring. All three of their players have picked up the off throughout this series. Now it's Ellie on towards the chamber, doing it with the same weapon. I love having that variability.
Okay, and that dart's not going to clear Gen. The shock dart's not going to be there either. Paranoia, so it's going to be still CLG being able to play all the way towards back sight now. Rocking in. This box has been put onto A. Makes every single push that much harder to take and make. Ellie with the perfect positioning as well is there to be able to bait out one of the shots, but Rise is there to shoot a little bit more. Now 1v1, Noya, the star player of this series, is looking to lock this in. Sees the barrel, has the timing. How does she want to play it? Is this food going to be well done? Maybe just medium rare. Chomp down, Rise is gone. Makes it look too easy.
Another Michelin star in the tally of XSET, 4-1 with their working with CLG. I'd love to see a tactical timeout either here or once their eco.
It's huge.
Yeah, it is really huge indeed. And now in towards this round, name of the game is Rise getting that spike down, getting that pit committed. But look at this. Hunter's Fury off the rip. That scatters them. And Ellie picks off the straggler and Claudia.
Gives R-Star this position as well. You have to know that everyone's scared on the side of CLG to walk up. Tag though, and doesn't actually break the drones. That's going to be huge for CLG. Haven't really gone that space all the way up at yellow though just yet. So while they're being so slow, Noya is still inside this game. Had some value to end the last round, but might just stop this one before it even starts.
Spike will go on down here for Amnesia, but again, it's these retakes that you were hyping up for XSET. They have all their players alive, and Noya is again flanking. She is here every round. How has Noya not been denied? 3 frags, a dash forward. She wants more. Noya is taking over.
Same amount of frags as letter in the name. And in terms of a rating of 4 stars, it is 4 out of 4. Too much, especially on the back half of the last game. So Prime Gaming flawless on their side as well. Let's not forget how the round even started. It was perfect to make Catastrophe all the way at B. Give R-Star a little bit of a leg up all the way towards main. You make everyone so hyper-focused on the front side of the site, so slow towards getting there. Noya has a free lane to walk in and get a 4K.
CLG has been able to counter her out in the slightest.
Are Smurfs allowed in Game Changers?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Someone get her out of here. Like that doesn't feel legal.
Ellie now talking about the multi-ops. Has a chance with this tour de force to really break timings once again. Not only will she find a pick here, but then everyone's slowed on the backside behind. The trade will be so tough. The weirdest jump peak I've seen, but it's going to be Han that goes down.
Look out towards mid. There was a rendezvous teleport set up away, which got a player up top the off angle. Noya came behind, grabbed the kill with the op. This double op setup is just pinching them on in. It is hurting them into a funnel, and they are getting crushed. It's clear the plan is to try and get a pit on down. They thought a gap was on A, but look at this. There's a pit on the other side that immediately goes up. I don't think you have a world where you can disrespect this and be successful when you have sheriffs and you're playing against a phantom. Noya again
on the backside too. Look at the space she's got now. This is the best angle for an op, I think, in the entire game of Valorant. Maybe there's some spaces on Breeze where you want to use one as well, but this specific instance against sheriffs as well, you find that pick, it's nuts. Now Claudia, tour de force active. Where can you even see? Nowhere at all. Starry's gonna be the one to actually push, so they're expecting an opper with long angles. She might just get up close and personal with that rifle.
Ellie in mid as well. Every angle is covered here. CLG is worried
Rendezvous
about
ready.
the flank from B, and there's a player in mid with a rendezvous. To get on away, Ellie's in the perfect position to thrive here. Get one, TP away. That's the name of the game for her. And Noya will be in to support in just a moment. Ellie wants, she wants to stick around. Grabs herself a second. Noya does trade, but Claudia taking control in her own right. The Tour de Force has found a double, and now she has an open road towards this B site.
Best case scenario, weapons available for all sides. We have an arsenal rolling in, but look at the way XSET is playing it. Understands that Claudia might be a little bit slow on the push overall. They're going to double flank and just follow her trail. The one way you don't usually look in a clutch is backwards once you clear space. So Claudia will have to do the complete opposite of what she usually does in these circumstances. And yes, does end up going for that reclear. Has Tour de Force in hand, but I think they might have just snuck all the way by into B main. Yes, the timing there for them. This might be a false sense of confidence for Claudia on this side. The read might be double snowman.
It might be. She wants to go above in this one. She'll have a rendezvous up in a moment. So if she can isolate a dual rendezvous away, there's a chance to win this.
Toxic screen coming in. She's looking for a 2 split. Here's the dart as well. So knows that both players are going to be on that right side. And it for her for the moment. Will they have the read that she is up top? Shots from a god spot, finds one, looking for 2. Artstar's there with the spray. No way, you get the defuse as well.
Point